Attachment.
Your unbothered guilt era.
Attachment really means, beyond the cliche, how attachment secretly blocks your manifestations and your peace, why it's so hard to let go even when you know it's time.
The art and the power of detachment.
Let me be clear. Detachment doesn't feel powerful. At first, it feels like punishment. It feels like staring at your phone, knowing no one's coming. It feels like biting your tongue so hard it almost bleeds because you could explain, you could fix it, but you won't. People romanticize detachment until they're the one who has to keep their dignity while their heart is screaming.
But this person and that person in that situation, what's the outcome going to be of that? Or what if I don't get this? Or what about that mistake I made a year ago? Or what does that person think about?
It's not poetic, it's not empowering in the beginning, it's discipline, it's control, it's sitting with the urge to chase and choosing not to. And no, you're not broken for struggling with it, you're just not addicted to self-betrayal anymore.
Why is detachment so important?
If you're tired of pretending you're fine, if your mind is still obsessing around something you know you need to release, this video is your reality check, your reminder, and your wake-up call.
All of your desires will finally come to you. Because every time you question, but what if, but how do I do this, or I can't do this without them, you are in a state of lack and desperation. And that is literally repellent to the universe, which prevents all of the manifestations which were already on their way to you from coming to you.
First of all, if you are attached to something, if you are attached to a person, if you are attached to a situation, that thing controls you. So that person, that situation can make you feel any type of way. If they do not text you, if they do not reply to you, they can make you feel unhappy. And the same way, if they do give you attention, they can make you feel happy. But that means that you're completely powerless over yourself and over your own emotions. This can get so dangerous to a point where a person can take their own life because they're so attached to someone or so attached to a situation.
You like someone. You fall for them hard. Your entire life starts revolving around this one person. You overthink every text, you wait for their replies, you create scenarios in your head, you stalk their stories, their likes, their comments, you feel anxious if they don't text back fast enough, and you keep telling yourself, I just really like him. No, you're not just into him, you're emotionally attached.
I think this is a very important subject to talk about. Also, if you're attached to something that might have happened before in the past, and that's the only thing you hang on to, that you can also not move on in your life. So in order, we need to completely detach.
If you are able to attach in the first place, then you are equally as able to detach.
A baby is born, a baby is just, loving, a baby doesn't hate themselves, a baby is just like joyful and happy about life. But when we get older, our ego starts to develop. And when our ego starts to develop, we also become attached to things, we become attached to people, and we idolize them, or we idolize a certain lifestyle, whatever, right?
When it comes to ideas in your life that you really wanted to happen, like marriage, having children, things that you cannot control, essentially, you cannot control what partner you're going to meet, and furthermore, you cannot control what that person does.
Addicted to the outcome. You are trying to control how this unfolds, whether you admit it or not. You've handed over your peace, your power, your self-worth to someone who hasn't even earned access to that version of you.
Our ego makes us put other people on a pedestal and makes us obsess over them because it makes us feel like we're not good enough and we will never be on their level. But if you put yourself and that person that you idolize in a situation where, for example, you guys are in a plane crash together and the plane is falling down, do you think that other person is special? No, you wouldn't look at them that way. You would literally all just be fearing for your life.
And guess what? They feel it. People can feel when you're energetically clinging, when you're waiting, when you're hoping they'll choose you. And they start pulling away. Not because they're mean, not because you're not enough, but because your energy says, I need you to validate me. I need you to show me that I'm worthy. And that energy is heavy. It's suffocating, it's repelling. This is the paradox of desire.
I think this is also a big misconception about the things that I preach, because I love to say you're amazing, you're special, you're unique to myself in the mirror. But that's also what I say to myself, to help myself with my self-confidence and to work on my inner child and healing my inner child. But at the same time, I do not go out and think that I am better than anyone, or that I'm special, or that I'm unique. I'm not. We're all equal and we're all connected. I have said this multiple times. I bleed, you will bleed. I leave this earth, you will leave this earth. And
it's the conscious acknowledgement that you cannot control other people and you will drive yourself crazy if you try. You cannot do it. So in trying to do it, in trying to check their phone, in trying to look through their messages, in trying to drive yourself crazy in the idea of control, you're actually hurting yourself. You cannot find and you will not find safety in trying to control another human being or an outcome. And that's what you're searching for, right?
Another way we get attached, especially in a relationship, is because we think like, oh no, I will never find anyone like that again. But see, that's why you are in this lack mindset. You think that you cannot have more. And that's the issue. Because for example, I have a relationship, right? And in my relationship, I know that right now what we have, it's very nice, it's very good, but I'm not attached to my partner like that, because I know if he leaves, something else will come and something better will come. I do not base myself completely on this relationship, because if I give my partner the power to make me happy or make me unhappy, then I'm so powerless. It all depends on me. I can make myself happy. I can make myself fulfilled. And whatever he gives me is just extra. I'm not looking for someone to complete me because I'm complete myself.
Allow others to be who they are. Stop trying to change people, fix them, or force connections that clearly are not there.
When you hone the art of detachment, you can start to breathe light and gratitude into things that normally we don't feel gratitude for.
The more you grip, the more it slips away. Because when you obsess over something, whether it's a person, a job, a goal, you're not radiating trust. You're radiating fear. And that fear sends a message. I don't believe this is really mine. I don't trust that I'm good enough for it unless it shows up now. If you really believed it was yours, you wouldn't chase it. You wouldn't beg for it. You'd allow it. You'd sit back in your power. You'd focus on your glow. You'd work on your life. And if it comes, beautiful. If it doesn't, you're still that girl. You're still whole. You don't prove your value by being available to someone who's inconsistent. You prove your value by walking away the second it starts costing you your peace. Let me say it louder. Let it go. Stop clinging. Stop holding your breath, hoping someone chooses you. You choose you. You set the intention. You say, I want this. I know what I deserve. And then you back off. You release the need for it to happen exactly the way you imagined. Because life will never hand it to you that way. It will give you better, but only if you're not blocking it with your fear, your neediness, your obsession. And yes, it's uncomfortable at first because the mind wants certainty. It wants to know when, how, is he coming back? Will I get it? But that's the ego talking. That's the version of you that doesn't trust. The powerful version of you, she says, I don't chase, I don't beg, I don't attach myself to what's unsure. She doesn't cry over someone who can't make up their mind. She doesn't replay conversations looking for signs. She decides, she detaches, and because of that, she always wins. So
detachment is the art of experiencing our feelings without letting them control us. It's when you stop taking things personally, you start looking at things objectively, and you no longer get entangled in other people or situations. And